You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, what you need to know if you have shoulder pain. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Jonny Blue. Dr. Blue, welcome to the program.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
All right, now you have a big center here in North County, San Diego, a physical therapy with several doctors on your team. So who's the typical patient that you see?
Our typical patient is somebody who's, let's say he's a dad who has an 8-year-old son who's just learning to play baseball, and he was an athlete himself, but he hurt his shoulder in college and just got really busy with work and hasn't really paid much attention to it since. And he tries to go out and throw with his son, and he can't because his shoulder is just killing him. And so, but he's tried physical therapy before, that didn't work. He doesn't want to do surgery, and he doesn't want to live his life on pain medication. And so he'll come to us, and going through the process that we've built, get him back to ultimately not only just playing baseball with his son, but being the type of dad that he wants to be.
Is that a real story? Did that happen to somebody?
Yeah. I mean, we've had probably 5 or 6 of those exact people come in over the last few months.
Couldn't play catch with their kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and this affects your life in a big way. I mean, when you are struggling with something that you don't know the answer to, it has a big impact on you more than just even the pain. And so these people are confused and they feel frustrated. They feel let down because they go to their doctor and the doctor says, well, just, teach your son how to read instead or something. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so, that's really why we started our own practice and, who we want to try to help.
Now, we invite you on the show to talk about shoulders, but you do other things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the same mechanism that causes shoulder pain in somebody who's active is similar in many other joints. And so if you have pain in a particular joint, a lot of people think, I must have torn something, or maybe I just have arthritis.
Okay.
But what we find is that's often not the case in active people who are middle-aged. And so it's really important if you have an issue like that to know exactly what's actually at the root of it, and not get focused on the symptoms.
Now, I did a lot of reading on your website. And by the way, you have excellent reviews, 5-star reviews.
Thanks.
And you imply, and correct me if I'm wrong, that physical therapy is done I'll call it traditional physical therapy is done one way, and you do it a little different.
Yeah.
Like you have a different philosophy and approach. Could you tell me about that?
Yeah. It's totally different. And there are important reasons why. And it's one of the reasons that we get such good results with people who have tried physical therapy a couple other times and didn't get any real improvement. So we have a 3-step process. And the first process is, the first phase is we have to get rid of the pain and symptoms. We have to do particular types of treatment to bring the pain down. And in regular physical therapy, there's reasons we can talk about, but they aren't able to do the treatment for those for that phase in the way that we do. So once we start getting the pain down, then we need to start addressing the root cause. And that's what I just mentioned previously. Is there's a difference between the symptoms of a problem and then what's actually causing the problem.
Okay.
And so that's really important to know. So once we get the pain down, then we need to make sure it doesn't come back. That's addressing the root cause. And then we can start getting stronger. Then we can start, if you want to play long toss with your son, getting your body to a place where you actually have the strength to do that across time without the issue coming back.
And you do a lot of back pain. Is that still like one of the number one things that comes in the door?
It's a big one. People in our type of patient is someone who has back pain with like deadlifts or squatting, or they go to Orange Theory and so they're really active, but they have pain in their back that's preventing them from being active. And so a lot of times people will then get an MRI and it will show like some arthritis in the spine. And so the doctor will tell them, well, maybe you should stop going as often, or maybe you should switch to doing Pilates instead. But the patient feels really frustrated because they love their community there and they would have to make all new friends. And it's a big impact on your life when you can't keep doing the thing that you love. And but the thing, if somebody like that is watching, I want to tell you, you can absolutely solve that problem. And we do it for people all the time.
So you get these athletes or the weekend warriors, whatever you want to call them, and they get back all the time. You see transformations.
Yeah, we don't have patients that don't get better.
Really?
And I know that sounds like a big claim, and maybe people who hear that are skeptical of it, but the way we've set our program up is, and I can go into all the reasons why, but we take ownership of our patients' problems. So if they're not getting better, it's a real issue for us. And then, so we'll sit down and come up with a plan and a game plan as to what's going wrong, make the change, and it really helps people to continue making progress. Yeah.
So with shoulders, I mean, what if somebody's had a shoulder problem for I talked about it, in the green room, but somebody's had, kind of chronic on and off pain, it's not killing them, but bad shoulder for 8 years.
Yeah.
Can you work with those people?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it. It's very common. That's most people who have issues that come in to see us are like that. And the answer is that person can absolutely make improvements, real improvements that can change their life. Now, the question is, how high is the ceiling, right? Like, how much improvement? Can they reach up into a cabinet pain-free? Most of them, yeah. Can they sleep through the night? Yeah, everybody, we can get them to a place where their pain is down and much more manageable.
Yeah, but what about the patient that has been in shoulder pain? We talked about this in the green room for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Is it too late for you to help those people? I mean, if it's going on for 8 years?
No, it's not too late. If the pain is coming and going,
okay,
you can absolutely make real progress. I have a patient who had shoulder pain like you're describing for 5 years. And it would come and go, it would flare up and then feel better. Anyways, it got to the point where she was like, I need to do something about this. And she came in to work with us, and it took about 3.5 months, maybe 4 months. And I told her on her first session, hey, this took us 5 years to get here. It's not gonna take us 5 years to fix it. So that's good for you.
Okay.
It often takes about 4 to 5 months for somebody who's been dealing with pain for that long.
What happened to her then?
So she didn't have any what we call a mechanism of injury. It just slowly developed over time. That's how it started. And what we did is we took her through our 3 phases. We did a lot of manual work on the treatment table to bring the pain and symptoms down. And then we figured out that there were certain muscles in her shoulder that were doing way too much work and other muscles that were not doing their job. It sounds weird, but we see it all the time. And when those imbalances develop around your shoulder, the muscles that do too much, they start to hurt. And so we have to break out of that pattern. And that's phase 2, that's addressing the root cause. And then we got her into strengthening, and now she's back. She's a swimmer. So she's swimming every day, totally pain-free.
Now, going into this, and I told you this, when I think of physical therapists, you go there after you've had some sort of minor surgery, and you're rehabbing. Car accident, you're rehabbing. You go to a pain management physician to get out of pain. You go to a chiropractor to get out of pain. And what I learned from watching that very informative video on your website, that people go to you as one of the first line therapies to get out of pain.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Exactly right. If you're having pain in a muscle, a tendon, or a joint, the right physical therapy approach can solve your pain. You should be able to get results on the first session.
Really?
Yeah, and if you do it right. And that's one of the real missions of our practice is when people in the community are in pain and they're frustrated and they don't know what to do, we want to provide such overwhelming results to the patients in our community that they realize, oh wow, like these guys are the people that I need to go to, or maybe somebody else. It doesn't have to be us, but at least knowing that physical therapy done right will not only bring your pain down in the short term, but it will prevent it from ever coming back. So you're not just managing the symptoms, you're not putting a Band-Aid on it, you're actually working towards a long-term solution.
I told you, my stepson, ACL surgery, he goes to his physical therapist, loves the physical therapist.
Yeah.
And they spend about 10 minutes with him. And then it's basically exercises, like a personal trainer is doing exercises.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
No. And I'm glad you asked, because that's what most people think of when they think of physical therapy. And that's the type of physical therapy people do that doesn't really get results then before they come to us. So the challenge with that is that the physical therapist is the one who has the doctorate, they have the education, the experience, but the kid you mentioned doesn't get to spend that much time with the person with the training.
Okay.
So they spend a lot of time with somebody who has even less training than a personal trainer. And a lot of the stuff they do is just on a sheet of exercise. It's like a sheet of paper with exercises on it. And then they'll put an ice pack on them. And, we tell our patients, hey, you have ice in your freezer. You don't need to come to us to put ice on. We should be doing things that are very high level, very technical. We should be educating.
So how much time are you spending then with hands-on a typical patient?
So we spend a full hour with every patient.
Okay.
And what that allows us to do is allows us to do a lot of hands-on work to decrease pain and symptoms. That's phase 1.
Okay.
And then it allows us, so the person already should in that first few minutes be like, oh my, I haven't felt my shoulder feel this good.
Okay.
Like, wow,
all right.
I'm shocked. And we're like, that's what physical therapy can do for you.
Okay.
Then we take them into phase 2. Where then in the clinic we'll create a program that addresses the root cause. That's what we call it.
Okay.
And then we say, hey, go home and do, like you're an active person. You don't need somebody babysitting you. You know how to do this. Go home and do it. And then come back a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now, you should be in a different place and we'll repeat the process. And that's how we get results with stuff like that.
Okay, now a lot of the things, because you're using, not just for shoulders, or unless I guess it's post-op, but like hyperbaric oxygen.
Yeah.
You're also using this technology.
Stem wave.
Stem wave.
Yeah.
Are you using the stem wave, and we only have a couple of minutes left, on shoulders? And how does it work?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the most advanced form of shockwave therapy. And there's lots of different types out there. But we went with the highest quality approach, and I would encourage anybody out there to ask what type of shockwave you're getting, because there's meaningful differences between brands and between approaches. But what it is it sends these acoustic shockwaves into your tissue.
Okay.
It decreases pain. It decreases inflammation. So if you're worried about inflammation in a joint, like a tendonitis or a bursitis, it can absolutely help with that. And so we often will use that to help people get out of pain and symptoms, getting through phase 1 that much faster. And it really works. And I would encourage anybody out there who is having this type of issue, you really should look into it. It can really help a lot.
Now, I've had doctors on the show that talk about dry needling just by putting an injury into the shoulder, the body, stem cells, things like that.
Yeah.
Does this mimic like an injury to the shoulder, this shock wave to the shoulder, and then your body kind of forces to heal itself or remodel, or what?
So there are 2 types of shock wave, and the old version does that. It basically irritates you. So then your body can then put its energy towards it to heal. But people are already skeptical of physical therapy. We don't want them to come in and then get irritated because it takes a while for it to start feeling better. So the more advanced form, it doesn't have to hurt to be effective. It doesn't cause inflammation. We're trying to get inflammation out.
Is the mechanism similar in a way where
it's a totally different mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a totally different.
Are sports teams using this, like NBA?
Yeah. The
NFL?
Machine that we have in our clinic actually is used by a number of NFL teams, and ultimately that's why we got it. We want the best for our patients, and it's expensive, super expensive, but we want
expensive for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm glad you clarified. Yeah, it's expensive for us, but we wanted to invest in the best.
Now, when you look for a physical therapist, like who you're going to choose, do you think you should look for one that has the hyperbaric oxygen, that has this shockwave therapy, or whatever it's called? And should they have a doctorate, the person that you're dealing with?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that when you're looking for a physical therapist, you want to get a sense that they're going to do everything in their power or within their skill set to help solve your problem. And so that's why we brought on these additional modalities and forms of treatment, is because there's lots of different ways we can cause healing in the body. I think that's really important. I think that their experience level, having a doctorate's necessary, but also the amount of time that they've been treating and helping people is important. And then the last thing is the amount of time that they'll spend with you. So those are really the main factors that I would encourage somebody to consider when they're looking for a physical therapist.
Now, what about the longevity crowd? The people that they feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And some people that feel pretty good, they go to chiropractic. Could the same be said for what you're doing?
Absolutely.
Like if you got a healthy person that goes in there and they just want to stay limber and loose.
We call that prehab.
Okay.
So you can prevent injuries by getting out in front. By, let's say I looked at your shoulder and I was like, wow, Randy, you're really tight in this one movement. Do you have shoulder pain? You're like, no, my shoulder feels good. Well, if we address that now, then you can keep going to the gym, bench pressing to impress your friends or, whatever, and your shoulder will be fine. So we can get out in front of it. And we actually have a lot of patients who, once their pain goes away, they receive so much value from us that they'll keep coming in maybe once a month or twice a month to prevent that issue from coming back, but then other things developing too as they increase their activity level.
Now, when you walked in the door, we have a dip machine. We have like a little gym here. Right?
Yeah.
And we have a dip, something to do dips on. And I thought, I bet he's probably going to say that's the worst thing you could do for your shoulder. What are your
There's no bad forms of movement. So when I saw that there, I was like, good job, man.
Okay.
That's great.
But
well, if you have pain with it, then we need to figure out why you're having pain, not just tell you you should stop doing dips. I had a guy who he loved doing push-ups.
Okay.
It was like his thing. He wanted to do push-ups in every hour. You do like 50 push-ups, and then he went to the doctor because his shoulder was hurting. And the doctor said, "Why are you doing so many push-ups? Like they're bad for your shoulder. You should do that less."
Makes sense.
And and no offense to the doctor, terrible advice.
Really?
Yes. Movement gives your body life. We should not move less.
So what
to
do you
try
do
and
for
feel
that guy
better.
then to make the pain go away for push-ups?
We have to figure out why. So that's the root cause.
Okay.
We don't want to focus on the symptoms. We want to figure out why, because for him, it only hurt in one shoulder and not the other. So it's like, what, one shoulder can do 100 push-ups, but the other one, it's bad for the left shoulder? It's like, no. What differences are there in one shoulder versus the other that allows one shoulder to feel good and the other to not be in pain? And when you answer that question, and then you address what we call the root cause, the left shoulder can feel just like the right.
Okay.
And you can get back to doing all the push-ups
So
you
that
want.
push-up guy, what ends up happening? He's back to push-ups?
Does them every day.
Was his hand position wrong? Was he going too deep?
So
I know this is probably not a simple answer, but
he wasn't using his lats enough, and so your lats are supposed to stabilize your shoulder blades when you press. And so we could get into the mechanical reasons why, but he was overusing the muscle in the front of his shoulder and not using other muscles around his shoulder blade enough. And so that's why he needs attention, specific attention with the person who has training to help break out of that pattern and to learn about what's going on. Once you do that, then do all the push-ups you want.
Now you're in San Diego, very active place. You've got surfers, you've got runners, you've got cyclists. You see all the above.
Yeah, we call them everyday athletes.
Okay.
And anybody who has something they love doing that they're passionate about, who wants to and is willing to invest in their health.
Okay. Who'd you like to see more of?
I would love to see more moms. I would love to see more moms. Moms, they are so selfless and they're always meeting other people's needs, and we just don't. And so they're the last person on the list who will come in, and they often live in quite a lot of pain. We know women have a really high pain tolerance. And so I would love to see moms prioritize their health and do something good for themselves.
Okay, good. Final message. Somebody watching this, they're in pain. Their shoulder pain, could be low back pain, neck pain, knee pain, whatever. They think they've tried everything, but they haven't tried physical therapy. What do you say to them?
I would say that many people who have not gotten an improvement. I had a lady who she believed that she had to live with pain in her shoulder for the rest of her life because the MRI said that there was a tear. And the tear, we found out, was not actually causing her pain. And she figured out that by addressing the imbalance in her shoulder and by figuring out really what was at the root of it, that the tear wasn't actually the main driver of her pain. And we were able to, this is crazy, I know it sounds crazy, but it's 100% true, Randy. We got her pain to go away, even though the tear was still there. And so I think that would be my message to people is there's a lot that you can improve on.
Okay.
If you find the right people to help you who take the right approach.
Good. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Good stuff. If somebody wants to make an appointment or learn more, just go to your website.
Go to our website.
Or call your office.
Yeah, search us on Google or Land and See Physical Therapy, or go to our website. There's a request appointment form, and we'll reach out and we'll get them scheduled.
All right, Dr. Blue, thank you for coming on the show. Good stuff.
Thanks.
You've been watching the Wellness Hour news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. For now, I wish you good health.